Welcome to our Vault Shorts, a new mini-series within Season 2. These are shorter episodes highlighting programs and resources here in our Billings community.
The following is a Big Sky Economic Development production.
It's Mars B.
And Kavo.
And this is The Vault at 201 North Broadway.
A business podcast.
Where we bring you entrepreneurs, small business owners, and community leaders of Montana.
To share their stories, expertise, industry insights, and strategies.
And we are sharing them all with you every single week.
You don't want to miss this.
Learn how to better start, manage, and grow your business.
And your leadership style.
Tangible takeaways to save you time and improve whatever it is that you're working on.
You're listening to The Vault.
Thank you to the Small Business Development Center for sponsoring The Vault at 201 North Broadway. The Small Business Development Center offers free personalized support from business plans to financial projections and beyond, empowering small businesses to thrive. Reach out to us at bigsky.economicdevelopment.org.
So today, I'm excited. I get to kind of interview Kayla about an exciting topic called the BAIL team. BAIL team. I know you're all curious and waiting. So Kayla, tell us, what is a BAIL team?
Well, a BAIL team is very important for business owners. Lorena and I talk to clients all the time about having that. You'll hear us mention it in our startup roadmaps. But a BAIL team stands for a banker, accountant, an insurance agent, and a lawyer. And the reason why we say, what is your BAIL team, is these are all people that are going to be there for you during tough times. So that's where that BAIL team comes in. And the reason why it's so important for a business owner to have a BAIL team is because, like I just said, in times of need, they're there for you. And you never know, you might get a message from the IRS saying, hey, what is this going on? You could reach out to your accountant and your accountant can help you navigate that. Maybe you do get served from somebody. Yeah. You have a lawyer that you can contact who knows who you are, knows a bit about your business. It can help you navigate that situation that you're in. So there's big reasons why that's so important.
So question.
Yeah.
Okay. So banker, accountant, insurance agent, lawyer for small businesses. You guys work with clients on making sure they get this going. At what point in your process with working and counseling businesses are you saying get this going? At what
get your
point?
BAIL team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably from the start. And one thing that we'll say is, you should always talk to an accountant or lawyer to help you understand what entity you should choose for your business. Your lawyer's going to look at it from the protection side for you, right? What's your liability going to be if you choose this entity? And then your attorney is going to look at it on, what's your tax liability going to be? So does it make sense for you to sign to be a corporation, or can you just be an LLC or a limited liability company right now? So those are people that, just right off the bat that you need to be asking some questions of. Now, I'm not telling you as a business owner to go out and get an attorney on, retainer. That's not it at all.
But it's to have that person.
Yeah, have a contact.
Have your attorney that you have a relationship with that is familiar with what you do, what your business does, what kind of entity you are, so that they can help you as situations arise, which life happens and they do.
Correct, yeah.
So what are some things to consider? So let's say I'm starting a business and I'm not sure what kind. We'll get into that. I'll think about it and get back to you guys. But what can you guys do to help facilitate that and or help people get their BAIL team, at least take that step one when you're I'm starting a business. I don't have a banker, accountant, insurance agent, lawyer. What are those?
Yeah. So we keep a list of recommendations on our website for accountants and attorneys. And, we're also going to be adding some recommendations for some insurance agents on there. And
on rock31.org.
Rock31.org, correct. Yeah. So you can find some recommendations there, but you can always reach out to us and, we can give you an idea of, who might be, the best person for you. But the big thing when you're considering picking a BAIL team is you have to have a relationship with these people. And so, just think about when you get a banker and you're buying a building, you're going to be in that loan for 25 years.
A long time, and you want to trust them and have a good relationship with that
exactly.
entity.
Yeah, you want to be able to trust that individual in that financial institution to make sure that it's going to be a right fit for you. So, we always say, go sit down and have conversations with a couple people. That's the same thing with your accountant, insurance agent, and attorney. Those are all going to be people that you're going to have to reach out to at times, like I said, and potentially at times of need, and you want to be able to be comfortable having that conversation with them. And the reason why it's so important, and I'll give you this example, when we had the big flooding up in Red Lodge, there were people who had great relationships with their bankers, and they reached out to them and they said, hey, this is going to be a bad summer for me. Can we defer my payments? And those banks said, yes, absolutely. We'll defer your payments for a couple of months, and that allows you to get back on your feet, right?
And then you never know when a natural disaster is going to hit.
Yeah, well, you never know whatever's going to hit. Yep. Your bank, they don't want to take you whatever collateral you have. They want to just get their money back, and they're also people too, and you have a relationship with them, so they want to help you be successful, right? And so if you just call them and let them know, like, hey, this is a tough time. Like, we just had these floodings, no one's coming through for tourism right now, and they'll work with you on that. And that was totally fine. And then there was people who didn't have good relationships, and they were embarrassed to be able to reach out to their bankers and say, or maybe they felt like my banker's not going to care. And so then they didn't get their payments deferred, and their loan went belly up. Right. And so then it's not good.
So hearing that, and as small businesses, it kind of sounds like it's really good to have some of these good connections with your local banks, those banks that are within your community, and knowing that some of Montana is rural. So you have one bank, and maybe that bank, because they're so small, can't give you those options, but those ones that are, within your X amount of miles, maybe it's like if you're from like a small town,
Southeast Montana, you can talk to Billings
and they have locations closer to you, but maybe like as local as possible, so you can have those really good relationships, and they get you because they understand the Montana climate of the business climate, or if there are natural disasters, storms, etc. They're here in our state, in our time zone, ready to help.
And they're
you.
familiar, right, with with the geography here, right? And so they understand. And yes, it is so important to have somebody that's local. And I'm not saying that getting a Bank of America bank account is going to be the worst thing in the world, but we don't have an office here, and so if you get that person and you're having an issue or something happens and you need to talk to somebody, like, you're going to be on the phone for a while trying to get somebody, right? And so, and nothing against that. Like I said, it's not a problem, but it is so much better when you have somebody local and you have that relationship, especially like insurance agent. When all that flooding happened, those insurance agents, like, if you had a great relationship, they were going out to your property. They were coming out to see how you were doing. They genuinely care about you and your business and your family, and and I think that that's what makes such a difference. And when you sit down to tell somebody like what kind of business you're starting, you have a good connection and you have an insurance agent that really is paying attention to you. They're going to make sure that you have the right coverage in place. So if something does happen, you're covered and you're protected, and you're not out, or, you're not in a devastating loss that you can't operate your business anymore. And that's why it's so important to have somebody local to talk to, and just this bail team set up. And like I said, I'm not telling you to go get a lawyer on retainer, but I'm just saying, reach out to someone and saying, hey, I'm starting a business and I would be wondering if I could ever reach out to you with business questions. And that attorney,
build that relationship.
Yeah. That attorney's gonna be like, yeah, sure. You could even say, hey, I'd love to take you to coffee. Just learn about them. Oh, they have 2 kids in football. Next time you talk to them, maybe send them a Christmas card so they, they remember you because you're sending them a Christmas card. So then when something does happen, they're there for you. They're going to remember that you took those little steps to build that relationship with them, and they're going to do everything they can to protect you. So, those are just some tips from me.
Kayla, this is great. So get your bail team in order if you're a small business, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're thinking of starting a business. That bail team is really important. B, banker, A, accountant, I, insurance agent, and L, lawyer. So
yes,
what a fun bail team, you know?
And again, if you need recommendations, you can always reach out to Lorene and I, but we do keep a list of recommendations on rock31.org in the frequently asked questions area.
Yes, on that website.
Resources page.
Thank you, Kayla. This is so helpful. Get your bail team and really what that is. I think that's a really valuable tool. So thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We hope you enjoyed this episode.
Make sure you are subscribed to The Vault at 201 North Broadway, wherever you podcast, including YouTube.
Connect with us on Facebook at The Vault at 201 North Broadway and Instagram at The Vault_201.
Don't forget to visit us at thevault@201.com and subscribe to our newsletter.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you to Big Sky Economic Development for supporting The Vault at 201 North Broadway. Big Sky Economic Development provides leadership and resources for business creation, expansion, retention, new business recruitment, and community development. If you are starting a business, growing or expanding your business, diversifying your customer base, or maybe you're looking for business trainings to attend to continue to learn and grow, they're excited and here to help. Even if you're thinking of relocating your company into Billings, they're a resource for you. BSED also provides resources for community development initiatives by planning, partnering, and managing projects and administering grants for redevelopment and placemaking. Their workforce development program brings together industry and education partners to anticipate and respond to community workforce needs. And they provide talent attraction and retention resources for your business to use under the community brand Better Off in Billings. BSED's Rock 31 program is focused on helping startups thrive. And in their location in downtown Billings, they have 2 floors dedicated to co-working and additional spaces throughout their building open to the community to host their meetings, events, and trainings. Visit bigskyeconomicdevelopment.org. Again, that's bigskyeconomicdevelopment.org or follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.